Hey guys, welcome to Bastian time. I'm your host Bastian. This is Nintendo News. Let's get to that news. A brand new Adventure Time game was announced. First of all, let me just talk about Adventure Time games for a second there. The first one was pretty okay, right? That was the Hey Ice King, Why'd You Steal Our Garbage? That one was pretty decent. It was like an homage to Zelda to the Adventure of Link, but not as annoyingly difficult. It was pretty decent. Then they came out with that one for like all of the platforms, including Wii U and 3DS, called Explore the Dungeon because I don't know, and I was very excited about it. It was a dungeon crawler in overhead perspective. I thought it was going to be like a Zelda game. It was terrible. Let's just cut straight to the chase. It was awful. I only played it twice for like an hour each time. Haven't gone back to it. Probably will never go back to it. Definitely regret buying it. I wish that there had been a demo of it so that I could have played the demo and realized how terrible it was. The reason why it was so terrible, I think I did a Bastian time review on it, is simply that it was soulless. It was just like the same kind of... It was Gauntlet. If you've ever played Gauntlet, it was basically old school Gauntlet all over again. You just are wandering around killing monsters, trying to find the exit. That's it. No more depth to it than that. There was like a story and you encounter a boss every 10 levels, but it was randomly generated dungeons, which I never like randomly generated dungeons. They always feel haphazard and pointless, and it was not good at all. The voice acting was very interesting though. Well, then they released a game, I think only on Steam. I forget exactly what it's called, but it is also kind of like an overhead style perspective game, but with 3D models, and it looks very nice actually. I think I am going to play that one at some point, but I'd like to play a demo first, so I don't waste my money again. Well, in any case, they have announced that they have a new game coming out, specifically for the 3DS called... Wait, was it for the 3DS or was it for the Wii U? Yeah, the 3DS this November, called Adventure Time, The Nameless Kingdom? What? The Secrets of the Nameless Kingdom. And I'm kind of hopeful. And the reason why I'm hopeful is because the way they described it sounds more Zelda-like. They say that it is closer to the first game, except that it's an overhead perspective game and you're exploring and not just dungeons, not just randomly generated dungeons, and that it's puzzle solving and action adventure, and that, I don't know, I'm just kind of hopeful about it. We don't know a whole lot about it. We haven't even seen a screenshot of it. Hopefully we will see a screenshot of it at E3. In fact, I will be at E3. I'm sure there'll be a demo of it. I'll record footage of it to show you guys at E3. This next story is amusing but also kind of sad. It's that some go-kart mechanic guy put an ad in a paper and said, you know, if you need your go-kart maintenance, give me a call or text me or whatever. So people have been texting him and kind of tormenting him. It's very amusing, but basically it's just Mario Kart jokes. In this particular one, the person is like, oh, something's wrong with my go-kart, and the mechanic is like, oh, okay, what kind is it? And he's like, oh, I don't know. But and the guy is like, well, what happened? And he was like, well, I drove over a banana peel, and now it's never been the same since. And the guy is like, okay, Mario, stop wasting my bleeping time. Very amusing stuff. If you want to check that out, there's a link for you down below. Our next story is about Gilbert Gottfried. If you're not familiar with Gilbert Gottfried, he is a comic, I guess, is how he originally started his career, who has a very distinctive voice, and I am terrible at doing impressions, so I will not try to do an impression of Gilbert Gottfried, but this story is not going to be amusing to you if you don't know who Gilbert Gottfried is. So my advice to you is, if you do not know who Gilbert Gottfried is, hit pause right now, look up Gilbert Gottfried. Oh wait, if you're hitting pause right now, you can't hear me telling you what the next step is. So hopefully at this point you've not hit pause. So look up Gilbert Gottfried, go watch a clip of Gilbert Gottfried, then come back here. So do that now. Okay, so I assume you're back at this point, and so Gilbert Gottfried, you know his voice is very iconic. It's weird and unsettling. And in this video, he does the voice of Navi, the fairy from Ocarina of Time. He basically just voice acts various various video game characters for the amusement of all, and it is great. You gotta watch this video if you are familiar with Gilbert Gottfried. There's a link for you down below. Our final story is about this violinist's fantastic interpretation of the Bolero of Fire from Ocarina of Time, one of my favorite songs. The whole Ocarina of Time soundtrack is pretty gosh darn awesome, but one of the best songs and a very, very nice arrangement of it. You should definitely check out her video. There's a link for you down below. And that's it for this episode of Nintendo News. See you guys tomorrow for, I guess actually, it's going to be a Bastian rant video, because originally I was recording it as just a news story for, I think, yesterday's episode, and then it just got so long-winded that in the middle of the video, I was like, oh, I guess this should be a Bastian rant video. Okay then, so you'll probably see that amusing realization as well in the video for tomorrow. So see you tomorrow for a Bastian rant. See you then. Bye guys.